Our first guest tonight has journeyed from the gates of Graceland to the dunes of Arrakis. Now he is the king of the road in the new movie, The Bikeriders. It opens in theaters Friday. Please welcome Austin Butler. You know, Guillermo, during the commercial, was telling us that sometimes his wife has a migraine headache when they're about to get romantic.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you had ever even heard of that.
I don't know what a migraine is.
I had a feeling. Last time I saw you was at maybe the craziest party I've ever been to in my whole
that
life.
was insane.
Have you ever been to a party crazier than that party?
I was wondering if you get starstruck.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those
It was insane.
parties where, like, it was like a party where, like, Tom Hanks is going, "Oh my God, can you believe who's here?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. I mean, do you want to list some of
The
them?
Living Beatles, the
Yes.
Living Stones.
Yes.
Mick Jagger,
Yeah.
Paul
Bruce
McCartney,
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
To see Paul and Ringo in the same room
is crazy.
kind of amazing.
It's funny because people go like, "Oh my God, they're together."
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like really like a palpable
So
sense of
special.
excitement. Yeah. Taylor Swift showed up.
She was DJing.
Was
at one point.
DJing the party. Because she's not working enough. She's got to work
No,
at
she's
the
asked
party.
to DJ at parties now.
And Bruce Springsteen, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I got to watch Bruce Springsteen tell you a story about Elvis. That is, do you remember the story?
Amazing. I had heard this sort of mythical story, and then to hear it from him of him being a huge Elvis fan, and then hopping the gates at Graceland to try to get up there, and he knocked on the door, and he wanted to give Elvis a song.
Do you remember what he said to the guy?
What did he say?
Is Elvis home?
Yeah. And he said, no, he's in Tahoe or something.
And this is when Bruce Springsteen, by the way, had been on the cover of Time magazine, on the cover of Rolling Stone. I mean, he was not like some unknown kid from New Jersey. He was famous, jumped over the fence. And
somehow evaded the dogs, and, you know, he's a fast runner.
And he gave the guy a song that he'd written for Elvis, and then Elvis never, I don't know, nothing happened. He didn't record the song.
I'm so bummed I never got to hear that song.
What a great moment that was to see that transpire. Yeah. Was there somebody there, I mean, besides the people we mentioned already, that you were, like, blown away
Everyone.
meet?
But it was, I mean, besides you.
Well, I could see the excitement in your eyes.
That, but it was Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep, yeah.
She's the greatest. She's just the greatest. And I felt like, you know, in high school when you have a crush on somebody and they're across the room and you don't really know how to say hello to them. And that's how it was. I saw her there and I couldn't believe I was in the same room. And
did you ever introduce yourself to her?
Well, what I did was I was nervous, and so I ended up kind of not having anybody to talk to at one point. And so I went into Paul McCartney's kitchen. And I ate some of his vegan pizza.
Yeah.
And so I went, there was a buffet, and I was just sitting there by myself eating this vegan pizza, trying to, like, muster the courage to say hello to Meryl Streep. And then a friend said, you know what? And he came over and he saw that I was alone, and he was very kind and said, you want me to go introduce you? And so he brought me over there. And I couldn't believe I was meeting Meryl Streep with Paul McCartney's vegan pizza in my mouth. She was so sweet.
She is very nice. Like, I don't know what one would expect from Meryl Streep, but she's too talented to be that nice. And will even, like, forgive you if you've got a mouthful of pizza when you meet her. Yeah.
I mean,
and then, that was just a crazy... And I have a photo of you at another party. This one, like most of them, I was not invited to. But this is... what was this?
That's...
Flag Day celebration? What was going on here?
That's crazy. That was wild. A mutual friend said, you want to come over to my house and have tacos with Snoop Dogg and Robert De Niro? And I dropped everything I was doing, and I was there in a heartbeat. And
there's Snoop's son.
There he is.
De Niro, and De Niro has an animal with
and his dog's name is Snoopy.
Oh, a dog named Snoopy.
Yeah.
I feel like Snoop has now overshadowed Snoopy, the cartoon character, in some ways. You say Snoop, you don't even think of Snoopy anymore.
I don't even remember what Snoopy looks like.
Does this Snoopy smoke pot also, or is it just this Snoopy?
I think he may have been indulging.
Did Snoop offer you anything?
He had it there, and I was so nervous to, you know, get too high and then be trying to talk to my hero, Robert De Niro, and so I refrained.
You did?
Have you?
What?
You've indulged in Snoop.
With Snoop?
Yeah, right?
On television, yeah. I mean, yeah, like on television.
No way.
Yeah. Well, thanks, I guess, but yes. In fact, I was at Snoop's house, and I was sitting in the corner, and he had ordered chicken, a lot of it, and I ate a lot of it, and he was watching me, and I overheard him say to his friend, "My nephew done ate 6 pieces of chicken already." One of the great moments of my life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
By the way, I really like this movie of yours.
Watched
this
it?
is yes, and it is like on the old-fashioned, like 60s. Everybody's fighting. The Bikeriders is a motorcycle gang, and just everybody's super tough.
Yeah,
and
it makes
like
me look way cooler than I actually am.
yeah, it makes you look as cool as you could possibly look. Really,
Yeah.
Is that as much fun to make as it seemed like it was?
It was so much fun. I mean, I'm riding on old 60s motorcycles every day.
Are you a motorcycle guy?
Yeah, my dad rode motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
And so I have such great memories of being on the back of his as a kid. And,
Oh, well, you ride around with your dad.
yeah, and then he taught me how to ride when I was 15.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he
And
kind of had to sneak me out of the house and teach me.
do you have one now? Do you have your own
Yeah, I
motorcycle?
have a few now.
You do? Oh, so you're like a motorcycle guy. Do you wear a helmet?
In reality, I do.
Yeah, not in the.
I don't.
No, see, you can't as thing, but you do wear a helmet when you're
Yeah,
out.
they had this idea of giving us, because they were trying to figure out how to insure the film. And so they said, well, we got to have them wear helmets, which we ended up not. I don't know how they did that, but they had this idea for a while of these helmets that had hair on the outside. So it looks like your head is 3 times bigger. You can't look cool with those. You know?
That's one of the most ridiculous
Yeah, it's
suggestions I've ever
absurd.
heard. I
Like,
mean,
how do you solve the issue with that?
I don't know. They must have stopped at Snoop's house before they made a suggestion
probably
like that. Well, we're going to take a look at a clip from the Bikeriders when we come back. Austin Butler is with us. We'll be right back.
What were you thinking back there?
What?
Right there, when you come charging in like that.
Nothing. I saw you squaring off with them guys. What do I need to think for?
Yeah, you and me, kid.
That's Austin Butler and Tom Hardy in the Bikeriders. It opens in theaters on Friday. Oh, man. Just, I mean, when you think about, like, I want to be a movie star, I feel like that's the kind of movie you imagine you'd want to be in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. With Tom Hardy.
With Tom Hardy
What a
and
legend he is.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Who
Jodie
else?
Comer.
Jodie Comer's
She's
great.
great.
Norman Reedus is going to be here tomorrow. And
Cast is so stacked.
yeah, it's really, really
We have our
stacked.
premiere tonight across the street.
Oh, you do? They're all over there?
Yeah, they're over there.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Have you seen it with an audience yet?
No, first time.
Oh, that's going to be
Yeah,
great,
that theater
man.
too. It's an amazing.
Yeah,
theater.
and you and Jodie, you had the what'd you do?
Oh,
You were
Indy
the
500.
starters, for the Indy 500,
Yeah.
which seems it's kind of scary, was it?
Yeah. Well, you have to climb up this ladder in front of 300,000 people,
That's weird, yeah.
and then you get up there, and that wasn't. I was okay with that, but then you get up there and you realize they're driving sometimes 240 miles an hour below you, and they say, whatever you do, do not drop the flag. And they say there's going to be this huge gust of wind, and we were also, I think, the third people to do it in unison. So we're like synchronized.
Yeah, it's harder to do
flag
it together, yeah.
Yeah. And they said, don't hit the flags together. And so I was holding it like a death grip.
I think we have some video of you guys here together.
There you
so,
go.
You know, it's
There you go. And then they tell you go straight up and down.
you can only screw it up, really. There's no other
There's no
option.
winning here.
It's interesting because it's kind of like when you throw out the first pitch in a baseball
God,
game.
that would make me so
It
nervous.
doesn't count, though. It's like not part of the game. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how it goes. Ultimately, you could be embarrassed, but it's not going to have any effect on the outcome of the game. You guys are like, that's the flag they're really looking for.
God, yeah. Yeah, they
You
need
could
that flag.
screw up the whole
You could.
Indy 500.
It would be, they said this will ruin your career if you drop that flag.
Yeah, ruin your
Have you
career.
thrown the pitch at a?
I have, yeah.
Was that so nerve-wracking?
I don't know why it wasn't. I threw it out at Citi Field. I threw it last weekend. I did it the weekend before last in Las Vegas on Lou Gehrig Day. I threw out the first pitch at the Aviators game, a minor league game.
Did you feel like it landed where you wanted it to?
Well, that one I wasn't nervous because there were literally no people in the crowd. There was my friend Tommy's family, and that was it, pretty much.
That's nice.
But it was a playoff game at Citi Field that I did it, and I don't know. I don't know. I think just try not to think about it. Is that something you want to do?
I don't know if I have the nerve to.
Did you play baseball as a kid?
I played a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. That's
It just sounds so nerve-wracking.
That's all you need. They don't even, most of the time, they don't let you go up on the mound.
Oh, really?
It's really kind of
So you
humiliating.
get a little closer.
Yeah, they don't want you messing up the mound at a real game. Yeah. So they're like, you just stand on the kind of edge there. Yeah. So it's not quite as difficult as it seems like. Yeah. But you do want to get up on the mound so you can really wind up. You want to practice right now?
Do the whole thing?
Oh, yeah, leg up. I actually shook off a few signs. I was like,
Yeah, that's great.
That's how I do it. Yeah. Well, one day.
One day. You coach me.
Listen, you could ride a motorcycle. You could throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. It's great to see you. The movie, it's called The Bikeriders. It opens in theaters on Friday. Austin Butler, everybody. Thanks, Austin.